What do you do for a living? Just so people like understand like what is the context of all of this coming from? Like what do you do for a living?
Yeah, so I'm a system pharmacy clinical coordinator
Now
for
what the heck is that? It sounds like really, really
for
cool.
all 25 inpatient hospitals for Advocate Aurora. So I work in a centralized department. There is, just in my department, there's 160 pharmacists at least. And so I'm also very new to this role since I think I just hit a year. So before I joined the challenge, my state of body and mind, they were totally in a disconnect, and so
Fair.
I struggled with anxiety, which made it me not able to even take care of my body or want to move my body. Because of that, I wasn't comfortable in my own clothes. I didn't really have control of what my day might look like, and so that is why I really wanted to join the challenge, to be able to get in control and make my own decisions and have it be about me, and put myself first.
That's fire. Anything else that you noticed prior to joining the challenge?
Like physically or?
Yeah, physically, emotionally.
I mean, I was definitely, heavier than I should be, than I wanted to be. I definitely didn't have, flexibility or just ease of motions. I always like to think of myself as a reflective person, and since this I'm even more so, and I know myself inside and out.
In 28 short days, you lost 4 pounds and 8 inches, which is awesome, which is incredible. Now, what things have measurably improved for you while being in the challenge?
So, I mean, right away, I think within even the first 2 weeks, I noticed my belly fat changing, and that was a huge motivator to start seeing those results and start seeing them so quickly, especially with, my eating had pretty much stayed the same at that point, and I was starting to just, work on strength training and everything. My mind definitely feels more in connection with my body.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, in that, my energy is it's never been this high. I told you that.
Yeah.
I could easily sleep 14 hours a day, sit in front of the TV all of the time, and I think at the end of the first week I had more energy in that one day than I did in like all of the previous 7 days combined, with the activities that I was able to do, wanting to do. I was just in a way better mindset to just keep going. And so, yeah, the energy was the biggest thing for me, for sure.
Has there been any changes in your relationship? Because you're married, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Anything that you've noticed that's improved in your relationship? Have things gotten worse because you're getting better and he's not? Like what?
Yeah.
Like what's going on there?
Yeah. So initially there was definitely some hard parts of like jealousy and resentment, to see that my life is getting so much better and so quickly. And I didn't intentionally leave my husband in the dust or anything, but I was making choices for me, doing things for me. I was putting myself first. So I was going grocery shopping. I made my food. I, set my alarm and woke up and got my own water and coffee and came here, which is something I wasn't doing. My husband was sort of an enabler in a sense, and he shows his love through acts of service. But it wasn't too helpful at this point in my life. And so I think he kind of felt a little bit not needed, or stuck behind. And so I think that he is pretty motivated. We've had, many talks, and he compliments me now, and is impressed at how confident and how not strict I am with myself, but I'm regimented in what I want to do. And so, he's considering looking at his life and trying to get his life on track too. So by me getting better, he's going to, get healthier as well, and we'll hopefully live long, healthy lives together.
Oh my God, that's amazing. That's amazing.
I am more aware of like what I was deficient in nutritionally and how that plays a role in just even your mind and your body.
Yeah, for sure.
And just the changes in the nutrition in the last 2 weeks and how that's made me feel. It's just crazy that I was like letting my body kind of eat the way it was eating, be hungry all of the time, not satisfied. And now I am able to like eat less calories, more healthy, hitting all of the targets I'm supposed to, and I'm fine. I thought I was scared, and it ended up being just totally fine.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And what did that materialize into? You said that when you're hitting your numbers and you're feeling so different because of this, like what did that materialize into?
Well, I mean, definitely energy, I think, knowledge and just awareness. I really enjoy like sharing what I've learned with everyone. I'm like, do you know, like none of you are getting the potassium that you need, and this is how I'm getting it, and this is why it's important. And so,
and as a vegetarian,
yes,
that's another story.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. Are your friends vegetarians as well?
Several of them, yeah.
Oh wow. Interesting. Okay, cool. Regarding your success, what are you the most proud of and why?
I am most proud of that I stuck with it and didn't quit. So I am one where I could easily say, I'm not coming, I'm too tired. I'm not coming, I'm too sick. Almost making myself feel sick just so I wouldn't have to do something. And I got up every day, and those little, results just like kept me going every day. And I don't know, I really didn't think I was gonna do it. I didn't think I was gonna be able to attend every session. Wow. I told you multiple times, I was like, well, what do I do when I mess up? Like, I know that I'm gonna mess up. I'm going to make poor decisions. I'm going to decide not to do something. Yes, I was very afraid of like my human self, and I just feel like I don't know, my determination, I was really proud of.
Wow. Very cool. Did you always feel supported? Like if you had questions about physiology, nutrition, exercise science, did you feel like my team and I supported you?
Yeah, I think that was one of the biggest things I loved so much about the program was how supported I was. There were messages in the app telling me, what I needed to do, what I should do. And then if I, went through certain educations and I had questions, I could easily ask them, and there would just be a response and personalized to me. Like you were recording videos being like, this is your question and this is what I'm seeing, and this is the changes I think that you should make. So it was really, it was a really great part. I didn't feel alone, especially in a pandemic where, there's been lots of struggles, and the parts where my husband and I were having the problems of where I was elevating myself and he was kind of stuck, and knowing that, we were in it together, and you were almost like therapists, like in a certain sense in the beginning, and telling me about a past client, experiences and what's going to happen and what it means. And so it was very helpful.
Yeah, it's part of the process when it comes down to it. If you don't have that therapy sector, so to speak, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Things come up in life fast.
Yeah. Well, and like I have a therapist that I see, but you are so much more readily available. And like, I was getting a 2-for-1.
That's amazing. That's freaking awesome. What were your biggest takeaways and why?
I think the biggest takeaway I got is what motivation really is. So with results being your motivation.
Yes.
And so having to, be able to get there to keep going. And that was just a
Yeah.
big mindset change.
Yeah.
But it was super key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The momentum mindset,
Yes.
the growth mindset.
Yeah.
It's very powerful stuff. It shifted me.
I mean, that was, I think, I can't even like describe it, my mindset. Like that is like the biggest change, and like that is now why I have this energy, why I am able to do the things I wasn't able to do, and it's just, I'm so thankful for it. I tell you, I'm so thankful all the time.
Yeah. Mindset is always going to be the key. It's always going to be the secret sauce, but it's not sexy. So nobody wants to hear that crap. Like, oh yeah, my mindset's just fine.
Yeah.
I'm just good. I just need the exercise and the nutrition.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too along those lines is like comparing yourself only to yourself.
Woo!
And not to others. So like today during, the 28-day result comparison, being like, it's like I have no one else to compare to, but I am dang proud of myself.
Heck yeah.
Or like each workout when I was trying to, have longer time under tension or whatever, and just knowing like I am getting better.
Yes, and then having those measures to play with, because it's like the same thing. It's like the brain, it seeks pleasure. So if you're not pleasuring the brain, it will soon give up fast. It hates displeasure, hates it so much. The one thing that the brain seems to not have figured out yet is individuals in toxic relationships. Individuals will trump the brain. They'll stay in that relationship because the heart gets the best of them. But in general, if the brain is not satiated well, then immediately it's going to start backtracking, and it will take you right back to your old self immediately. So having those measures, having the strength improvements, understanding the numbers that you've been putting up, and then accomplishing either that or better, that keeps your brain in a state of momentum even into the exercise portion. Most people, they see a trainer, they work out, they have no numbers. It's just come work out and I got you for an hour and we're just going to do this thing. It never works from physiology standpoint. Eventually people give up there too because they will not see results, not long term. So it's like all of the stuff, it falls apart if every single thing is not operating well.
And the importance of form. Like without coming here, like I probably could do it at home and I wouldn't even know I wasn't doing it right. And just all of the coaching that happens when I am here to make sure I'm getting the most results and doing it correctly, not going to hurt myself either. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So the final question that I would have for you is, what would you say to someone on the fence? Someone who is your best friend. Like, don't speak to the world, but literally speak to your best friend. Like, what would you say to her or him? Like, dude, I know you're on the fence about this dude, and they have no idea about my skill set. They don't know what I can do, what I've accomplished, none of that stuff. They just see before and afters and this, that, and the third story. I know a lot of people research me and all that. So what would you say to that person to get them off of the fence?
Yeah. I mean, if someone's on the fence about coming to you, I would say, like, first of all, don't be. It's something completely different than, any other trainer, and it's worth every penny, and it's totally an investment in yourself, and like the things that you get out of it that you're not going to get from other people is someone that cares for you. Someone that's going to be responsive and going to be there to ask questions and provide you with new information that you don't know about, so you can know what you've been missing or what your body needs. And it puts it all together, and really I think the biggest thing is just how well like how a human's brain works. Like what is going to get you to keep going, like what just the barriers that are there and how to overcome being a human, to be about being your worst enemy.
Mic drop, that was good.
A human, like, I don't know what the words are, like a human brain scientist or whatever, but like you should add like human factors or something, like human factors engineering, like how the brain is going to operate, what the brain needs, and I mean it affects everything.
Secret came from good coaching. So again, coaching is
Yeah.
the secret freaking sauce. I can't say it enough. I will never stop. I will be coach. I will have a coach when I'm 90. I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
It's just, it really does. It takes your life to a place you can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Really. Because once you get control over every aspect of your life, fortunately, you get control of every aspect of your body, every aspect of your mind, every aspect of your physiology, your relationships, how you deal with them, how you manage them, how you manage your own time, how you protect your time.
Yeah.
All of these things, these nuances that, yeah, we're kind of like told, but people like glaze over those things.
Yeah.
And because they're glazed over, it's no different than being a child and, you know, being forced to do something like being forced to eat your vegetables or being forced to eat your fruit or whatever the frick, and you really just want a freaking candy bar, right? So it's like, it's taking that knowledge and then it's making it applicable to everyday life as a busy person. And that's who found me. Like, that's who I specialize in, is busy people.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much
Yeah,
for the interview and
yeah.
your time. But that's it. Thank you.
Yeah.